When I was 10, my family moved to a quiet, sleepy town. It was the kind of place where everyone knew each other, and the biggest news was usually a lost cat or a new flavor at the local ice cream shop. Nothing ever really happened there. Our neighbors were a prime example of this idyllic peace. A kind single mother and her 3 wonderful kids. The eldest, Leah, was the kind of girl who lit up a room. She always had a smile and a warm greeting for everyone she passed on the street. Every Christmas, her house was a beacon of joy. While the rest of us put up a few strings of lights, their home was a masterpiece. It glowed with thousands of colorful bulbs, intricate decorations, and a life-sized Santa on the roof. It was the brightest, most cheerful house in the entire town, a perfect reflection of Leah's spirit. That's how I want to remember her, happy, vibrant, and surrounded by light. But one December night, just a few days before Christmas, everything changed. A shadow fell over our peaceful town, a shadow that started with a simple knock. My friend Rob was over at their house that evening, playing games with Leah and her younger brother. Their mum was a nurse and was working a late shift at the hospital, so the kids were home alone, but they were used to it. Around 8 o'clock, a distinct knock echoed through the house. It wasn't loud or aggressive, just a rhythmic, deliberate tap-tap-tap on the front door. Leah's face brightened instantly. She smiled and told Rob, "That's Mum. She always knocks like that when she forgets her keys." Relieved that their mum was home early, Rob, without a second thought, rushed to the door and swung it open, expecting to see her familiar, smiling face. But the person standing on the doorstep wasn't her mother. Rob never described who or what he saw. He just said that the festive warmth of the house was instantly extinguished. A bone-chilling cold swept in from the doorway, so profound it felt like it was sucking the very air from his lungs. He didn't scream. He didn't even think. Every instinct in his body screamed at him to run. And that's exactly what he did. He bolted out the back door and didn't stop running until he was safely inside his own home, heart pounding in his chest. The next morning, the bright, festive house was eerily silent. The thousands of Christmas lights that had lit up the neighborhood were dark. The curtains were drawn tightly shut, as if to hide from the world. It stayed that way for days. No kids playing in the yard, no friendly waves, just a heavy, unnerving stillness. By the end of the week, a moving truck appeared, and just as quietly as the silence had fallen, the family was gone. They left without saying goodbye to anyone. No one in town ever spoke about that night again. It was as if a collective amnesia had settled over us, a silent agreement to forget. Even today, decades later, the old house still stands. It's been empty all these years, falling into disrepair. But locals say that every Christmas Eve, something strange happens. A faint ethereal glow is said to emanate from within the house, a ghostly echo of the vibrant lights that once adorned it. Some say it's just the wind whistling through the broken panes, playing tricks on the eye and stirring up old memories. But others whisper that it's a warning. They say that evil doesn't always announce itself with a roar. Sometimes it comes as a soft, unassuming knock on your door. This story serves as a chilling reminder. Always listen to that quiet, nagging feeling in your gut, the one that tells you something is wrong, because sometimes our most powerful protection isn't a loud alarm, but a quiet whisper of intuition. Not all horror comes from ghosts or monsters. Some of the most profound lessons are cloaked in fear. This is Beyond Horror Explained. If you appreciate stories that dig deeper into the shadows of human experience, subscribe for more content that goes beyond horror.